and welcome back. Yes, this video or shorter video is just to show you and explain how I do paint distortion. Now, I first actually learned this from an armour modeller, Martin Kovac from Night Shift, that was it, on his YouTube channel. And I thought to myself, right, well, if you can do it on armour, then I'm pretty sure you can do it on aircraft or other genres. So I thought to myself, okay, let's try it. And I actually started it on the F-16 32nd one from Tamiya, namely on the actual fuel tanks. And it worked really well. So I thought, right, okay, let's carry it on and see what I can do with the Mosquito. Now, the reason why I've done this is because the Mosquito doesn't have panel lines as such, in fact, any. And it's just like a flat surface with several sort of access panels, or sort of like, access panels, and they're very small. So you've got a large surface that's basically needs, I don't know, it needs something because it's just going to look like a flat brick. So I wanted to give it a bit more definition and a bit more sort of like grubbiness to it. And I'm hoping that you agree that what I've done with this, it works, and it has done it quite well. So I've turned a sort of like non-detailed surface area into something that's not looking that bad. So here we go. Okay, so before we actually apply paint to the surface, what I did do is I applied MIG Ammo's heavy chipping effects, which is a MIG 2011. Now, you don't have to wait hours and hours for it to dry. It does dry pretty quick, and once it has dried, then you're good to go. So with this, I am using Royal Light Grey, which is XF80 of the Tamiya acrylic range. Now, I'm not actually ploughing it on with any sort of like thickness. It's just very, very light coats. And basically, I'm spraying it where I want it, okay? You're not having to do the whole lot. And really what I want to do is to keep the demarcation between the green and the red quite dark, okay? So I want a bit more of a definition between the two. So once you're happy, you can go on to applying some water. Now, what this is doing, it's reacting with the paint that's actually on the top and then the chipping fluid. Now, hopefully, you'll be able to see when the light goes off of it straight away that the actual paint is being dispersed or being distorted. And that's basically what I'm after. It's really to, how can I explain? It's to show the actual viewer of it that, you know, the paint has worn, you know, it's been in winter, it's been in summer, it's had ground crew, you know, on the hands and knees doing X, Y and Z to it, and it's just wearing the paint down from, let's say, what it is a ocean grey to a sort of like a lighter grey. So with that in mind, all you need to do is basically to take off what you really want to and what you're happy with. You can leave a lot more on, or you can take virtually everything off. It's entirely up to you. Now, with the larger surface, all I'm doing is, again, I'm just applying water. And for this, you can leave it just for, I don't know, 20 seconds, and you'll see it straight away, as we can see here, that the paint is being distorted without actually moving it or using the brush in any way. So if you really want to leave it for that, or for that sort of like, I don't know, exposure to it, then that's entirely up to you. But for me, what I want to do is just to brush it down very lightly. And again, I'm not applying any pressure to that brush. I'm just using the weight of the brush to actually move it. Now, once you're happy with it, then just leave it, okay? You can either leave it to dry, or you can use a cotton bud to actually roll over the actual wing surface and you can dry it that way, and it won't take off any of what's left. Okay, so don't think that you're going to do it and it's going to wipe it all off. It won't. It will keep it just as you want it. Okay then, so like I said before, you can use a cotton bud just to wipe over or roll over the areas that you want to dry off a bit more quicker. It's entirely up to you. But if you're doing this and you think, oh, hang on a minute, I think I've got a bit too much on still, I want to take a bit off, then you can go straight back into it with a sort of like, yeah, a watered or a moist actual brush and go for it again. Okay, but one thing I will say is once it's completely dry, it is slightly more difficult to actually, regenerate the actual chipping fluid. Well, that's what I've found anyway. So again, once you're happy and you think, yeah, that's exactly what I want, and yeah, let's dry it off or take the excess water off and go from there. So, as it's grey, and it's, yeah, grey, what about other colours? Well, the other colours are all exactly the same, okay? Now, what I've done is I've used a lighter green, which I believe was a flat green from Tamiya again, it's acrylic, and it's exactly the same principles. So, again, you just apply water and you sort of like manipulate it, move it around, take it off, and yeah, get the actual effect that you want. Now, if you do think that you've completely balls it up, then fret not, because what you can do is just take it off and start again, or you can repaint it and start again. It's entirely up to you, but don't think that you're going to completely cock it up and have no way of getting back to how it was. You do, okay? You do have that option. And yes, if you have, I would take it. So then, that's just a quick insight of, let's say, a painting stroke weathering session, just to break up the large surface of the actual kit itself. As I said previously, it is quite a large kit with next to no surface detail. So you really do need something just to break it up and make it look worn in. Not completely destroyed, but just a bit worn in. And that's basically all I am looking for. Okay then, so that's it. Hopefully you've learned something and you use it on your kits. If you do, let me know what your results are. And yeah, hopefully we'll speak soon. Ta-da!